Hi, Little Fish Theater. I'm Maire-Rose. Some of you might know that in addition to being a Little Fish Theater company member, I am also a yoga teacher. So I wanted to make this little video to give you some techniques and exercises to help relieve some of the stress that might be building up in our bodies during this time. We're going to do this kind of from the top down, but the first thing I want you to do is find a chair where you can sit comfortably on the edge of your seat. Right, so we're not slouching back in the chair, but really sitting up on the edge and planting your feet firmly on the ground. And you'll notice right away if your weight is a little bit more in your right foot or your left foot, and see if you can start to even that out. So that's sort of the beginning of balance. It starts in the feet, right? Spreading through the feet, maybe even spreading and unspreading your toes. You might scrunch and unscrunch your toes. And once you find the evenness in your seat, or in your feet, you also want to find the evenness in your seat, right? So how do we do that? We can start to imagine your butt bones or sitting bones moving over to the left and over to the right, kind of away from one another, finding a little bit more space. And by doing that, you might even start to find a little bit more space opening in your lower back and an ability to sit up tall without arching or rounding the spine. So we're looking for neutral. Before we even begin movement, we're trying to find our way to neutral. So the shoulders aren't slouching forward or arching back, but kind of stacked right on top of those hip bones. And then you can start to lift the roof of your mouth, almost like you're yawning. You might yawn a couple of times and feel how that spaciousness, that sort of airlifts the top of your head or the back of your skull so that it's stacking over the hips, over the shoulders, and lengthening the back of your neck. And once you've found all of that, we need to start to find our way into the breath. Let your eyes close. Take a deep inhale. Hold that breath at the top. And then exhale all the way out. Notice the shoulders falling away. Pause with your breath empty. Hold the breath out. And then inhale all the way. Breathe in, sit up tall. Once you're all the way full, pause, hold the breath in, feel what that's like to be full. And then exhale all the way out. Exhale, 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 exhale. Squeeze the breath out, hold the breath out at the bottom and feel what that's like to be completely empty. One more like that. Breathe in fully, completely. Hold the breath. And then breathe it out. Hold the breath out. And then just breathe normally for a few breaths. So breathe naturally, do nothing, change nothing. But notice if just bringing awareness to the breath and to the posture has started to alter some of the way you're feeling in the body. As you blink your eyes open, you're going to go ahead and drop your left ear over to your left shoulder. So we're doing this practice from the top down, starting off in the neck and the shoulder. Take your left arm over to the right side of your skull, and you're not pulling, right? We're just kind of using this arm to hold the head in place as we extend the right arm out to the right. And then we'll start to turn your palm up and down. So finding a full range of motion from the shoulder. So turning the arm from within the shoulder socket. You might find that there's some kind of noises or sensations. And then reach the arm out like you're pressing it away, and then press down like you're pushing a button. Yeah, and then out and down. So we're starting to move in a big arch towards the floor. Out, oof, and down. You might find your certain kind of seats of tension. And we'll pause about halfway to, again, rotate. From within the shoulder, you're turning from the shoulder, the arm up and down, palm up and down. Yeah, and then continue reaching out and down, out and down, out. And you might find that and down as you continue on this long arch that the floor is further away than you think it is. So your arm got a little longer. Eventually you'll find chair, right? Maybe the edge or maybe the arm of your chair. And you're going to hold on to what you can hold on to so that you can pause and breathe. Oh my gosh, some spaciousness into the right side of your neck. Leave your head right where it is. Take a deep breath in. Leave your head right where it is. Release your left arm, and then you're rolling your chin towards your throat. So no sudden movements. Yeah. And then you'll pick your head up. So again, your skull is stacked on top of your spine. We'll take the other side. Right ear to the right shoulder. Lift your right arm up to hold the head in place. You're holding on to the left side of your skull. Breathe there. Extend your left arm out to the side and start to turn it. From within the shoulder, you're rotating the palm up and down. Right, so we're not just turning the hand or kind of just turning the arm, we're turning the whole shoulder. Whew. Yeah, do that a few times. And you can do these anytime. I'm trying to make these exercises pretty simple so that you can do this every day. Reach out and down. Reach out and down. Reach out, you'll find your places, right? And down, they're a little different for all of us. And when we get about halfway, reach out and down, you'll start to turn again. So you'll rotate from within the shoulder, the arm is turning up and down, the palm is rotating back and forth a few times. And then we'll continue that journey out and down, out and down. Oof. Out and down. The arm is getting longer, the side of the neck is getting longer, out and down, until eventually, and it'll be further than you think it is probably, you'll find solid ground. Terra firma right there. Hold on, take a couple breaths. Enjoy it. And then without moving your head, release the arm. Turn your chin to the center and tuck it in. And then lift your head to stack on top of the spine. Oh, amazing. Bring your hands up overhead. Bring your hands to a prayer in front of you, pressing your palms together. Interlock your fingers and then push the room forward and around your back as you breathe in. As you breathe out, you're going to bring your palms towards you, elbows go wide, chest moves forward. We'll do that a few more times. Inhale to round. Exhale to kind of arch. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one like this. Inhale. Exhale. And then this one, you're going to inhale and then bring the arms up. So your arm bones are by your ear bones, palms pressed towards the ceiling, chest is bright and open. Just take a deep breath. And then let your hands fall to your thighs, exhaling. Yeah, cool. So I'm going to move into some upper back twists here. I'm taking my right hand behind me, left hand on top of the right thigh. And the first thing you'll notice is the left hip wants to come along for the ride. So I'm going to draw my left hip back and down. So again, my butt bones are even as I lengthen through the spine. Breathe in. And then turn a little bit more to the right as I breathe out. And it's a gradual movement, right? But I might find eventually as I inhale to lengthen and exhale to wrap the left wrist toward the right, I can take my left hand maybe to the arm or the edge of the chair. I can take my right hand to the back of the chair and then again inhale and maybe use that chair as leverage to turn a little bit deeper on my exhale. I'm going to take 2 more breaths here. Lengthen as the inhale. Turn as the exhale. One more. Breathing in. Lengthen the spine, tail to crown. And breathe out to turn. Whew. Going to come back to center and make sure I find neutral, not just going all the way to the other side, but evening out the feet, evening out the seat. And then I'm going to start to twist to the left. So starting off simple, left hand behind, right hand on top of the thigh. And it's important not to try to move all the way to the end of the pose, especially on the second side, right? We might feel like, well, I already know how far I can go, but in reality, we don't. Sometimes one side is a little different than the other. So it's important to approach each side of the body with curiosity and kindness. Inhale, drawing that right butt back and down, finding those little attention to the details, and then maybe eventually the right hand might find the edge or the arm of the chair, and the left hand might find back of the chair. And then you might use that as some leverage to sit up a little bit taller and then to turn a little bit deeper. Breathing here, even through the feet, checking in with the roots so we can lengthen and we can turn. And then we'll just take one more here. Breathing in and breathing out. Whew. I'm going to come back to the center. Hands rest on top of the thighs. And I'm going to move down into the lower part of the body, the lower back and the hips, where a lot of us also hold some tension. So I'm going to pick up my right foot. I'm going to cross it on top of the left thigh, kind of by the knee. Heel is just past the knee, so it's not kind of stacked inside, but it's just past, like the number 4 if you were to look down. Those of you who have a regular yoga practice, this is very similar to pigeon pose. So the right thigh is externally rotated, and I might even use my hands to turn that out a little bit more. I'm just going to breathe here. I might use my hand as a little bit of weight, again, without pushing, without aggression. We never want to force the body into something, especially if you have like outer knee stuff going on, right? You don't want to push or force the body. You just want to approach it with curiosity and kindness and see how much space can be revealed, right? Little by little, day by day, right? The sort of inconvenient news about a yoga practice is that just doing these postures only when we're in pain or only when we feel like we need them really isn't going to do a whole lot. But if we can start to cultivate a practice where even just a little bit, right, even just this few minutes of allowing the body to move out of its habits and patterns and day to day and start to reset with moving in the body and breathing can start to really have long-term effects on how we're using the body in a healthier way. Take another breath here and breathe it out. Good. And then you'll uncross. We'll take the other side. So one thing that you might notice, make sure that heel is flexed to protect the knee, is that in our day-to-day, when we're sitting a lot, which a lot of us are, especially lately, you might notice that you tend to kind of lean to one side or cross one leg over most of the time. And then you'll notice that there's like maybe a pinching or a feeling in the lower back that's like on one side. And what that really is just a result of a habitual way of sitting. It's a habitual way of being in the body. So one of the great things about yoga practice is that we can have some awareness around that and start to go, oh wow, I've been sitting with this leg crossed over for a long period of time. I should balance that out by crossing the other leg on top. Because we might not notice that over a day or even a week, but over years and years and years of repetitively doing the same things with the body, we start to have like aches and pains that won't go away and we don't know why. And the gift of this practice is, oh, now I know why, right? And with kindness, curiosity, right, it might take as long to undo a habit as it took to cultivate it. We can start to remove those patterns. I'm going to take another breath here. And then I'm going to pick it up and replace the soles of the feet onto the floor, hands resting on top of the thighs. Go ahead and take a deep breath, close your eyes. Breathe it out. Bring your hands to a prayer in front of you. Take a deep inhale. Vowing to seal this practice, Namaste.